We're here in South Bend, Indiana, on the campus of the University of Notre Dame. And we couldn't have asked for better weather for today's game between the Georgia Bulldogs and the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. And here comes the Fighting Irish. Hi, everybody. This is Brad Nessler. With me, as always, Lee Corso and Kirk Herbstreit. And we're set to bring you another great matchup in the world of NCAA football. The Bulldogs come into this game expecting a win. I tend to agree with that. How about you, Herbie?
Well, I think you're right about that, and I'll tell you why. Georgia looks a little overpowering in this one, and I think it's all because of their running back. He's a tremendous athlete, and Lee, I think you'll have a big game running behind those big hog mollies up front.
Let me tell you why I agree with you. Georgia loves to run the football, and then that's how they win ball games. I think they're going to have a big game on the ground today. And Kirk, I agree with you. I think they win this one, no problem.
Thanks, guys. Let's take it down to the field and get ready for the game. Georgia is ready to open this one up as they line up for the opening kick. Kicks it off. Number 34 fields it in the end zone. He spins. They'll set up shop at the 21-yard line. Notre Dame goes with the ace set here. Noble drops back on first down. He's under pressure. Complete. Has some daylight. It's second down and 11 to go. Ball on the 45. The Fighting Irish come out in the ace formation. Noble with the give. And he's taken down at the 42-yard line. A couple, maybe 3 yards on that run. Play of this drive. And they got him. He just blew past the blockers and play action, throws this one out to the right. And that was a good defensive play.
Yeah, guys, this is because he's in great position to make the play.
So it's second and 10. Ball on their own 20. The Bulldogs line up with 4 wideouts. Spin move. He's gobbled up in the backfield. And that was not a good call offensively.
Nah, not a good call, only because they lost yardage. I'll tell you, I've seen plays like this where the tailback breaks one and goes for a touchdown.
You're right, Lee. You can never tell.
Third and long. Ball on the 13-yard line. They come out in a nickel. Back to Pat. Steps up. Lets it go. He's caught. They'll drop him for a loss. That's going to bring up 4th down.
Just a great job by the defense. These guys are disguising their defense so well that they're confusing the quarterback and the offensive line.
The special teams coach sends his punt team out on the field. He gets it off. Number 8 takes it at the 49. And they were lucky to prevent a big return there.
Yeah, it looked like he had his seam there, but a good job by the coverage team coming in and making the tackle.
They're on the right side of the 50 as they start this drive. Noble sets up the play action. And that one's fallen incomplete. He needed a little more touch on his throw.
He's got to take a deep breath, relax, and just play a little pitch and catch out there. Don't be anxious, kid.
So it's 2nd and 10. Ball on the 47-yard line. The Irish come out in the power I. Nice play fake. And it falls incomplete. He put too much on that throw.
That's his big tight end, and he's definitely not a track star. I think the quarterback just overestimated his speed.
It's 3rd down and 10. Ball right around midfield. Noble comes to the line with 3 wide. He drops back. Steps up in the pocket. He's going left. Almost intercepted. A little laundry on the field, and we'll find out whose it is.
Holding on the offense. The penalty is declined. 4th down.
The drive stalls, and they'll have to punt it away. Number 19 punts it, and he didn't kick that ball well at all. And they'll down it at the 26. This one's going to be on the coverage team. They didn't give him a chance to catch that ball.
Personal foul. Kick catching interference on the kicking team. 15 yards from the spot.
He got too close to him.
This is a silly penalty because he knows that he has to give him some room to catch the ball. He just didn't care about the rule, I guess.
First and 10. Ball on their own 34. Georgia goes with the ace set here. They keep it on the ground with the tailback. And down he goes. 3 yards there on the play. It's 2nd down and 7 to go. Ball on the 37. The Bulldog set up in the gun. He lets it go. Incomplete pass. A little too much juice on that one.
This quarterback sometimes gets a little bit too excited back there and tries to put too much on it. He's got to relax and just make a good throw.
Third and 7 coming up here. Ball on their own 37. Georgia comes to the line with 3 wide. Back to pass. Across the middle. Oh, boy, almost intercepted. Looks like he tried to force that.
And defense was in a zone there, and the quarterback needs to do a better job of finding a passing window to throw through.
Well, that window must have been tinted because he almost threw a pick.
Looks like they're going to punt it away here. He punts it. Number 80 takes it at the 21. Across midfield at the 40. And that was a sensational punt return.
Yeah, Brad, he got some really good blocks downfield and busted through.
And they'll look to capitalize on a good field position here. The Bulldogs bring in their dime package. Drops back to pass. Here they come. He's looking for his man. Complete. And he's taken down. How about that play?
That's a good pickup there. He just dropped back and delivered a nice throw.
It's second down and 5 to go. Ball on the 30-yard line. He drops back. He steps up, wants to throw outside. He catches it with one hand. How about that reception, Lee?
A good throw plus a nice catch and some good blocking equals to a chunk of yards. That's exactly what you practice all the time, Brad.
First and 10. Ball on the 22. Noble with 3 wide receivers. Back to pass. Steps up across the middle. He's all the way home. Touchdown. The defense just can't keep up with it.
He has lightning speed. He's just so quick and elusive after he catches the football.
Let's take another look at that touchdown pass.
Guys, this is a great example of a quarterback with great awareness. Does a good job of scanning the field and getting it to the right target. Nice touchdown.
And he hits the PAT. Less than 2 to go in our first quarter of play. The score, Notre Dame 7, Georgia nothing. Number 13 is lined up to kick this one off. We should have a return on this one. Frederick fields it at the 2. Not a very good series for this offense on their last drive as they were forced into a 3-and-out.
Boy, oh boy, they had nothing going last time.
Yeah, maybe, Scooter, you need to get out there and show them what you're made of.
Somebody get me a helmet quickly.
They'll start this drive at the 23. The Bulldogs come out in a shotgun. Drops back to pass. Steps up in the pocket. Wants it all. Going deep. He got it. He's all the way down to the 39. That was a nice play.
This is a simple screen play. The defense does a horrible job here of shedding their blocks. This allowed the ball carrier to squeeze through there for a nice gain.
It's first and 10. Ball on the 39. The Irish line up in a nickelback. He drops back. He steps up. And this will be caught. Touchdown. He just pulled away from everybody on that play.
I'll tell you what, I've seen a lot of great players, but this guy has another gear that I've never seen before. He's almost like a blur out there.
And he tacks on the extra point. With just over a minute to go in the first quarter, the score is Georgia 7, Notre Dame 7. Number 30 looks ready to kick this one off. Number 21 and number 34 back to return. Number 34 fields it in the end zone. Thanks to some nice passing on the last drive, the offense was able to take it down the field for 6.
And great play calling to help make that an easy drive. The question is, can they do it again?
They'll go to work at the 19. Notre Dame lines up in a double tight set. They'll throw on first down. Throws this one out to the left. What a pick! He breaks free. Touchdown, Georgia! The defense was all over that pass, guys.
That's because they were able to get pressure here, Brad. And when you toss one up like that in the zone coverage, that's an easy pick.
And he hits the PAT. Under a minute now in the first quarter, and the score, Georgia 14, Notre Dame 7. And it looks like they're ready for the kickoff.
Number 34, back to return.
He kicks it off, and he got all of that one. Number 34 fields it in the end zone. Well, the offense heading back out onto the field after that kick, hoping to turn this drive into another touchdown. They'll set up shop at the 22.
At the 22-yard line. First and 10.
Number 4 alone in the backfield. Noble drops back on first down. Looking, rolls to the right. And it's caught, knocked out of bounds. 3-yard loss there.
3-yard loss on the play.
Second and 13 coming up here. Ball on their own 19. Nice play fake. He goes up and gets it. The wideout comes up with a spectacular play.
Yeah, and if I'm the coach, I put a big circle around that play so I can remember to call that one again. Good call.
How'd he get so open on that thing?
The reason this play works so well, Brad, is because of that great play action fake right here. The defense comes up a little, stop the run, and then deep. The quarterback fakes it and hits the open man.
First and 10. Ball on the 39.
Ball on the 39-yard line.
Going with the shotgun here. He's looking. Plenty of time in the pocket. And it falls incomplete. And he overthrew that one badly.
Whoa, the receiver's fast, but he's not that fast.
So it's second and 10. Ball on the 39-yard line. They come out in a nickel. Noble back to pass. He lobs it left. Complete. Johnson with a takedown. They couldn't get much out of that one.
I loved how that defense just swarmed to the ball the second it was thrown.
And that'll be the end of the first quarter with our score. Georgia 14, Notre Dame 7. Third and 8, and this is the 5th play of the current drive. The Bulldogs bring in their dime package. Noble steps back to pass, looks, he's looking down the middle. And down he goes at the 17. They convert on 3rd and long, guys.
With the offense coming through in a big way that time. How about the timing on that route, Coach?
Yeah, Kirk, the quarterback was able to throw to a spot, and the receiver was there to catch it for a 1st and 10. Nice play.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on the 17-yard line. Number 4 is the deep back as they line up in the I. On the ground with the tailback. There's a missed tackle, and he's taken down. That's a gain of 8.
Gain of 8 on the play.
One man backfield. Drops back to pass. Steps up. Looks to the end zone. Couldn't haul it in.
Number 21, the intended receiver on the play.
The Fighting Irish line up in a goal line formation. And they'll try to get the first through the air. Almost intercepted. They're really fortunate that wasn't intercepted.
Not a very smart decision by the quarterback. He had no shot at completing it.
Yeah, but that defender had a perfect shot at it. He just didn't catch it.
Number 13 lined up for the field goal. This should be a chip shot. It's up. And it sails through the upright. Number 13, ready to kick, Frederick. And number 22, deep to return. He sends this one deep. Number 22 fields it in the end zone.
I know the first thing I wanted to do after throwing a pick was to come out that next drive and throw. Let the defense know that I wasn't intimidated.
And how many times did you go right back in there and throw another pick?
Well, Lee, as you know, a quarterback needs a short memory, so I really don't remember, Scooter. You know better than that.
At the 19-yard line. 1st and 10.
They'll take over at the 19-yard line. The Bulldogs come out in the ace formation. And down he goes. About 6 yards on the quarterback draw.
Gain of 6 on the play.
Second and 4 coming up here. Ball on the 25. Number 21 alone in the backfield. They hand it off. And he's taken down. And the halfback carries for a pickup of 3.
3-yard gain on the play.
Third down and a yard. Ball on the 28-yard line. Georgia will line up in a jumbo set here. Little handoff. And down he goes. Good pickup on that run.
You know what made this play so successful was the vision of the ball carrier. Nice job of reading his blocks.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on their own 42. One man backfield. They'll throw on 1st down. Steps up in the pocket. And he drops it. A little laundry on the field, and we'll find out whose it is.
Holding on the offense. 10-yard penalty.
These
Still
guys right
first
now
down.
are just helping out the opposition.
Yeah, and those mistakes drive a coach crazy. Lack of discipline on the field, hates it.
First and long. Ball on the 32-yard line. Notre Dame has all their DBs in for this 5-wide set. Throws it to the outside. Complete. And he's taken down. Boy, did he zip that ball in there.
Yeah, you're right. There's not a whole lot of quarterbacks out there that can make this throw. He delivers this one right where it has to be. Great arm strength.
It's second down and 6 to go. This is the 5th play of this drive. Georgia in a 4-wide set. He drops back. He steps up over the middle. Finds his receiver. What a catch, and that's going to give him a first down.
Boy, that's a big play for the offense, but I think the defense needs to play a little bit tighter in the secondary.
First and 10, and this is the 6th play of the drive. 4 wide, back to pass, steps up, throws this one out to the left. And down he goes at the 42. That play was going nowhere.
Yeah, gave a lot of credit to the defense here, recognizing pass and swarming to the receiver.
Second and 7 coming up here. Ball on the 42. Number 3 with 4 wide receivers. They'll throw again. Defense hasn't stopped them yet. Coach, he made a nice defensive play there.
He sure did. He just stuck his hand out and hit the football.
The defense will try to stop this 3rd down as they were unsuccessful the first time on this drive. Number 21, the lone back, drops back to pass. And it's caught. And he's taken down. The tight end with a nice catch there.
Gain of 8 on the play. First and 10.
It's first and 10. This is the 9th play of this drive. The Irish bring in the nickel package. He drops back, and he's going to lose yards on this one. Good play there by the defensive end to wrap him up for a loss. Second and 11, and this is the 10th play of the drive. Notre Dame comes out defensively with 6 defensive backs. And he pulls it down. This kid just continues to impress us with his ability to catch the football. He's already gone over 100 yards here in the first half.
You know, if you were to ask this defense who wants to cover this guy, I bet you nobody's going to raise their hand because this receiver is embarrassing them.
It's first and 10. This is the 11th play of this drive. Number 3 comes to the line with 3 wide. Another run. And down he goes at the 11-yard line. Georgia takes a timeout, and they'll have 2 remaining. Second and 9, and this is the 12th play of the drive. Georgia goes with the ace set here. Back to pass. Steps up in the pocket. And got it complete. And he's taken down at the 1-yard line. The Bulldogs are going to take a timeout. That was their second timeout. Georgia lines up in a goal line set. And straight ahead we go with the fullback. What do you think of this guy, Lee?
This guy's a giant tailback playing fullback. He's got all the moves a halfback has, and he's got the power of a fullback. What a great combo.
And he hits the PAT. So with less than 2 to go in the second quarter, our score is Georgia 21, Notre Dame 10. And it looks like they're ready for the kickoff.
Number 21, back deep to return.
Kicks it off. Number 21 fields it in the end zone. Tries to juke. 3 points was the result of their last drive as the offense heads out for another.
First and 10.
They'll start this drive at the 21-yard line. Georgia lines up in a dime defense here. Noble drops back, fires deep down the left side. He goes up and gets it. This quarterback doesn't seem to be having any trouble with the zone, does he?
He recognized the receiver was behind the coverage, and he found him with a perfect strike. That's nice passing for a first down.
It's first and 10. Ball on the 44. The Irish come out in the ace formation. He steps up, and he's going to be sacked for a loss. The Fighting Irish call for a timeout, and they've got 2 remaining. Second down and 14.
Ball on the 48.
Ball right around midfield. Noble lines up in the shotgun. Drops back to pass. Wants to throw outside. Complete. And they finally knock him out at the 23-yard line. The quarterback broke down the coverage on that one. First down.
You drop back to pass and see zone. It's a matter of you and the receiver getting on the right page and finding the right window to put the ball through.
Hey, Kirk, that's probably what you did playing in the backyard, right? But you broke a lot of windows, I bet you.
Notre Dame comes to the line, only one man in the backfield. Noble, little toss to the right. Trick play might not work. He's gobbled up in the backfield.
He let that little corner bring him down. To be a productive runner at the college level, you have to make that guy miss and get upfield.
It's second down and a long ways to go. And this is the 5th play of the current drive. Notre Dame comes to the line with 3 wide. And he's going to throw. Off his hands, incomplete.
Number 21, the intended receiver on the play. Third and
Passing situation here on 3rd and long.
30-yard line.
Ball on the 30-yard line. Number 4 lines up as a single back. He drops back. He's got to throw it in a hurry. He's on the run. He spins around, and down he goes. And guys, he's already over 200 yards passing in the first half.
Well, he's off to a great start. It'll be interesting to see if he can maintain this level of play for the rest of the game.
Fourth and 4. Ball on the 17-yard line.
They'll line it up for the field goal.
And to attempt the field goal.
The kick is up, and it's through the uprights. Looks like they're ready for the kick.
Lined up for the kickoff. Number 22, back deep.
And they'll be returning this one. Number 22 fields it at the 3. Now we see the offense come onto the field.
And you know who's trembling right now? That defensive secondary.
The secondary should be trembling after all the yards that they gave up that last time.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on their own 22. They line up in the jumbo set. On the ground with the tailback. And he's taken down. And not too much there on that run.
Not too much, but the key here is try to milk as much time as possible.
And that'll do it for the first half of play. Our halftime score, Georgia 21, Notre Dame 13. And the teams are lined up to start the second half.
Frederick back to return.
Kicks it off. Frederick fields at the goal line. He jukes. Spins upfield. And now we'll see the offense come out onto the field for their next possession. First and 10. Ball on the 30. Notre Dame comes out defensively with 6 defensive backs. Play action. Looking. He wants it all. Going long. It falls incomplete. He just let his wide out a little too much that time. So it's 2nd and 10. Ball on the 30-yard line. Number 21, the lone back, on the ground with the tailback.
Well, the offensive line needs to do a better job up front of opening the hole for the running back.
Third and 10. Ball on the 30. Number 3 lines up with 5 wide out. Drops back to pass. Steps up, throws it to the outside. And that one's fallen incomplete. There was not a soul open there.
He threw into double coverage because it was an obvious passing down, and the defense knew the pass was coming.
They send out the punting unit. Number 12 gets it off. Number 80 takes it to 28. And they take over after a nice punt return.
Gain of 16 yards.
They'll go to work at the 44-yard line. Power eye set. They'll throw on first down. Steps up in the pocket. Caught. They brought the house on that one.
And this kid shows a lot of poise and moxie in the pocket. He knew he was going to get hit. He hung in there and delivered the ball with accuracy.
First and 10. Ball on the 34-yard line. They line up in the shotgun. Back to pass. He steps up. Pressure coming. They'll make the sack. They came after him hard there.
Yeah, they sure did. And Lee, I think the quarterback felt that pressure coming from every direction.
Kirk, as I've always said, the best way to keep the pressure down and to help the quarterback is to run screens and draws.
It's second down and a long ways to go. Ball on the 43. The Bulldogs line up with 6 defensive backs. Noble drops the throw. Steps up with the throw. Complete. Here's an opening. He's knocked out of bounds. That was a good completion there.
Yeah, I really liked the good, clean routes they ran on that play.
3rd and 14. Ball on the 38. Single set backfield. He drops back. Steps up in the pocket. Incomplete.
This ball's incomplete. Number 4, the intended receiver on the play. Fourth and 14. Ball on the 38-yard line.
They'll line up for the kick, and this is going to be extremely long. Under pressure. Throws it to the outside. And it's caught. Has some daylight. It's 1st and 10. This is the 6th play of this drive. Notre Dame goes with the ace set here. Drops back to pass. He steps up. He's looking down the middle. Complete. And down he goes. Kirk, that was a nice grab there.
You know, it may be simple, but whenever you can gain solid yardage, you're doing something right.
Gain on the play.
2nd and 5 coming up here. And this is the 7th play of the current drive. Noble drops back to pass. Steps up. He's going left. Touchdown, Notre Dame! Guys, the coaches have got to be happy with that one.
Yeah, you know they are. Anytime a play works to perfection like that one did, you know they're smiling.
Just watching this receiver and quarterback play together is a treat. They're a great combo.
They need this to tie it up. Back to pass. Steps up in the pocket. He makes a circus catch.
The 2-point conversion is no good.
Number 13 is lined up to kick this one off. Frederick and number 22 back ready to return. Frederick fields it in the end zone. The offense gets ready to start a new drive as they just couldn't get anything going on their last possession, going 3 and out. First and 10. Ball on their own 22. The Bulldogs line up with 2 tight ends. They keep it on the ground with the tailback. And he's taken down. And there's a penalty on the play. Let's see who it's on.
Holding on the offense. 10-yard penalty. Still
And that
first
penalty is
down.
going to push him back.
Yeah, an offense can't be productive when they're making mistakes like that.
It's 1st and a mile. Ball on their own 12. The Fighting Irish bring in the nickel package. Draw play, little shake and bake move, and down he goes at the 15-yard line. 3-yard gain by the running back. Second and long coming up here. Ball on the 15. The defense lines up with 6 DBs. He drops back. He steps up, wants to throw outside, and it's caught, and he's taken down. Nice little catch there, huh, Coach?
Yeah, that was a good call. I like that call. I like short passes. They're safe, and can lead to some really good yardage.
Third down and 12 to go. Ball on their own 20. Number 3 with 3 wide receivers. Drops back to pass. Steps up. Fires deep down the right side. And he drops it. Well, that was an impressive stand by the defense.
3 good defensive plays equals punt. Nice job, guys.
They line up to punt this one away.
Number 80, back deep to return.
He gets it away. And it's out of bounds at the 40.
Great passing was the key for the offense the last time they had the ball. They were able to pick apart the defense and get down the field for a touchdown.
So if I'm the coach, I'm telling my defensive linemen, get more pressure on that quarterback, please.
They're on the right side of the 50 as they start this drive. Noble is back in the gun. Noble to the air on first down. Got it! And he's all the way down to the 11-yard line. They get a nice gain there.
Yeah, nice pass play. You know what, Kirk? I think that defense kind of underestimated the speed of that receiver that time.
Yeah, it's very good observation out of you, my friend. It's going to be interesting to see how they adjust here.
First and 10. Ball on the 11. Noble comes to the line with 3 wide. Noble hands it off. No, play fake. That makes 4 sacks today.
This defensive front is tough, and they're really, I mean really fast, too.
Well, this speed is difficult to defend because you have to try to keep them off balance so they can't use their quickness.
Second and long coming up here. Ball on the 19. The Bulldogs line up in a nickelback. Steps up in the pocket. He's looking. And they bring him down for a sack on the play. Here it is again. Passing situation here on third and long. Ball on the 25. Notre Dame sets up with 4 receivers. Noble back to throw. He's rolling right. Complete. Touchdown, Notre Dame.
300 yards passing on the day for this quarterback, Kirk. He's been successful picking at this defense all day long.
Yeah, Coach, he's really tearing up this secondary.
Notre Dame comes to the line, only 1 man in the backfield. Guns it to the end zone. They don't get it. They go with a pass, but they come away with nothing.
It's tough to decide what to call on these 2-pointers. Maybe next time they'll just try to hand it off.
Number 13 looks ready to kick this one off. Frederick and number 22 back deep to return. Here's the kick. Number 22 fields it at the 2. So before the offense hits the field, let's take the time to let you know that our game is brought to you by EA Sports. They'll get the ball here at the 17. Number 3 has 4 receivers lined up here. They'll throw on first down. He steps up, looks, he pump fakes. And it's incomplete. It looks like he overthrew him on that one.
I'll tell you, I think the quarterback got rid of that one too quickly, Kirk.
Well, Coach, you're right. They need to work on their timing a little bit more.
Second and 10. Ball on the 17. Number 3 with 3 wide receivers. They go with a toss. The coach can't like this, and he's going to throw. Early, and down he goes. They pick up solid yardage there.
Yeah, nice little pitch and catch there. The wideout was able to find a little open space in the defense, and the quarterback was able to get him the ball for a good pickup.
3rd and 2 coming up here. Ball on their own 25. The Bulldogs come out showing 3 wide. Nice play fake. And it falls incomplete. He just couldn't get to that.
Well, he looked to be a little excited back there in the pocket. May have rushed things a little bit. Needs to be a little bit more patient, step up, and make the throw.
And they're ready to punt this one away. Number 12 gets it off. Number 80 fields it at the 34. Jetty tackler. The offense ready for the first play of this drive. They moved the ball extremely well on their last possession on their way to the end zone. They'll take over at the 44. Notre Dame lines up in the power I set. Noble drops back on 1st down. Steps up, throws it to the outside. Complete, and he's taken down at the 47-yard line. They just couldn't get to the quarterback in time.
That's one of the things that can happen if a defense brings extra guys to rush the quarterback. The offense will have favorable matchups to get the ball downfield.
And this kid is talented enough to see those receivers. It's not easy to get the ball past those big bulldozers when they're flying right at you.
Back to pass. Steps up in the pocket. He's under pressure. Oh, what an interception. That last INT gives this defense 2 on the day.
Not a good throw there, and the quarterback needs to make better decisions.
They'll set up shop at the 33-yard line. Notre Dame lines up with 5 defensive backs. And down he goes. Nothing gained on the play. And that'll bring this quarter to an end. Folks, we played 3, and our score is Notre Dame 25, Georgia 21. So it's 2nd and 10. Ball on the 33-yard line. Number 21 is the single setback. On the ground with the tailback. And he's taken down. He picks up 4 yards on the carry. Third and 6. Ball on the 37. Notre Dame brings in the nickel here. Incomplete pass. So the defense gets him to go 3 and out.
Good job here defensively forcing this incomplete pass.
Number 80 back deep to return. He gets it off. Number 80 takes it to 25. And that was a nice little punt return there.
Well, Brad, that was a combination of a couple things. Some good blocks, but also the ability to avoid the coverage team by the return man.
They'll go to work at the 37-yard line.
1st and 10.
Number 4 is the deep back as they line up in the I. Noble to the air on first down. Finds his receiver, and he's all the way down to the 38-yard line. What an arm.
Well, here the quarterback throws it to a spot. You can tell that the quarterback and receiver have worked over and over on this. He may not impress you with style points, but that time he shows off a big arm and delivers a bullet right there.
1st and 10. Ball on the 38-yard line. The Irish line up with 2 tight ends. Drops back to pass. He steps up, throws this one out to the right. And down he goes. The quarterback just rifled that one in there for a good game.
Boy, he's throwing the football with some pop, isn't he, Coach?
Hey, if he's not careful, he's going to break his receiver's fingers.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on the 14-yard line. The Bulldogs bring in the nickel package. They'll throw on first down. Steps up, wants to throw outside. It falls incomplete.
Number 21, the intended receiver on the play.
So it's 2nd and 10. Ball on the 14. Number 4 lines up as a single back. Noble gives it up the middle, and he's taken down. And they threw a flag on that play. Let's see what the call is.
Personal foul. Face mask on the defense.
That penalty will hurt.
You know, this is all about discipline. The team that doesn't commit penalties is the one with great discipline. And that can be a huge factor in winning football games.
Noble with the play fake.
Well, again here, he does a great job of finding the open man, and that's touchdown number 4.
Kirk, I think his arm's got to be tied by now. That's a bunch of throws, yards, and points he's put up.
And he tacks on the extra point. Over 5 minutes remaining in the 4th quarter, and the score is Notre Dame 32, Georgia 21. Everyone's all lined up and ready for the kickoff. We should have a return on this one. Number 22 has it at the 5. He jukes him. He tries to spin. Time once again for this offense to come back out and start another drive. They'll get the ball here at the 21. Single set backfield. He drops back. Throws this one out to the right. And it's caught. And down he goes. Nice little pattern there.
Yeah, he had great position there. And that ball was thrown in the right spot.
Second and 4. Ball on the 27-yard line. The Bulldogs come out in a 2 tight end set. Incomplete. And that was out of reach for his tight end.
Intended receiver on the play.
Third down and 4 coming up on this one. Ball on the 27. Number 3 is back in the gun. draw play. And he's taken down at the 33-yard line. And he gets the first down.
That guy just went pow and took it in. He wasn't stopping until he got that 1st and 10.
First and 10. Ball on the 33. Nickel defense. They'll throw on first down. Complete. And they bring him down at the 34-yard line. And that's the way you're supposed to play pitch and catch.
Absolutely. You know, this wide receiver is a difference maker. He's one of those players that has a chance to go the distance every time you get him the ball.
It's first and 10, and this is the 5th play of the current drive. Notre Dame has all their DBs in for this 5-wide set. Steps up in the pocket. His receiver has it, and down he goes. First and 10. This is the 6th play of this drive. Single set backfield. They're going to pitch it. Spinning. And he's taken down at the 12-yard line. The halfback gets the toss and picks up 2. Second and 8 coming up here. Ball on the 12. Number 3 comes to the line with 3 wide. And down he goes at the 6. They'll get 6 yards.
Gain of 6 on the play.
The Bulldogs come to the line with their jumbo package. They haven't been stopped on 3rd down this whole drive.
And that could be really frustrating as a defense because every time you have the chance to get off the field, you come up short and let the drive continue.
The Bulldogs line up in a goal line formation. He came down with it. Touchdown. So he was able to connect with a tight end for the score.
Yeah, they did a nice job inside the red zone of mixing up the play calling. That touchdown obviously fooled the defense.
Well, no real surprise here. They're lining up for 2. Back to pass. Throws to the middle, and it's caught for 2. So with just over 2 minutes remaining in the 4th quarter, our score, Notre Dame 32, Georgia 29. Georgia to kick this one off.
Number 21 back deep to return.
He sends this one deep. Number 34 fields it in the end zone. Let's see if this defense has trouble defending the pass again here.
If they do, my friend, look out. They're going to give up another touchdown in a hurry.
They'll start this drive at the 20-yard line.
First and 10.
On the ground, left side. Makes a move. And he's taken down at the 27-yard line. They keep it on the ground, and the halfback gets about 7 yards. Second and 3. Ball on the 27.
27-yard line.
with the spin. And down he goes at the 32-yard line. A little laundry on the field, and we'll find out whose it is.
Holding on the offense. 10-yard penalty.
The
Still
Bulldogs
second down.
are going to take a timeout, and that was their first timeout. Second and 13 coming up here. Ball on their own 17. The Fighting Irish come to the line with their jumbo package. Noble with the give. And he's taken down. Georgia calls a timeout. And now they've only got one remaining. Third and 11. Ball on the 19. Georgia lines up with 5 defensive backs. Noble steps back to pass. He steps up. Here comes the pressure. They'll make the sack. And there's sack number 6 on the day.
Kirk, who's at fault here? The O-line for not blocking well, or the quarterback for not getting rid of the football?
I'd say you could blame both the offensive line and the quarterback, but don't forget about the receivers. They're not helping matters. They're not getting open, so you're seeing a lot of coverage sacks as well.
Looks like they're going to punt it away here.
Number 18, backbeat to return.
Punts the ball away. Number 18 takes it at the 43.
What I like about this is the guys stayed in their lanes and didn't allow the big play.
Congratulations to our players of the game, brought to you by Old Spice Red Zone, when performance matters the most. Number 21 is the deep back as they line up in the I. Drops back to pass. Steps up. He's got to throw it in a hurry. And an outstanding play defensively.
Yeah, he timed it perfectly and managed to get a hand in there to deflect the ball away.
Second and 10. Ball on the 46. The Bulldogs set up in the gun. He drops back. Steps up in the pocket. Great defensive effort that time.
Did you see how that safety played that ball? That was a beautiful play.
It's third down and 10. Ball on their own 46. They come out with 4 wide out. Back to pass. He steps up, wants the middle, and that one's fallen incomplete. Not on target at all this drive, and that'll bring up 4th down. They have to try for it here. Under heavy pressure. Down the middle. And it's incomplete. And they're going to have to give the ball back after going for it on 4th and long.
Not much you can do there. You got to go for it and give yourselves a chance.
They'll take over at the 46-yard line. We should just see the quarterback take a knee right here, winding down the rest of this clock. And he takes a knee. Georgia takes a timeout, and now they got no timeouts left. Second and 12 coming up here. Ball on the 48. And this should be a kneel down as they just try to kill the clock. There's the kneel down by the quarterback. Third and 14. Ball on the 50. Notre Dame will kneel on it here as they count the seconds down. And he takes a knee. And that's pretty much going to do it. Coach, what's your final thought on the game?
What an outstanding football game. My heart is still pounding. Imagine that coach down there. Notre Dame played one of the best games out there. They made some big plays on defense and capitalized on some key opportunities. And they ended up stealing this victory. What a nail-biter.
Well, that'll wrap up another chapter in NCAA football 2004. And our final count, Notre Dame 32, Georgia 29. Our thanks go out to everyone here at EA Sports. I'm Brad Nessler for Kirk Herbstreit and Lee Corso, signing off. Until next time, so long, everybody.